When we were talking about casting Dune, we had to make certain choices. Were we going to go after certain names to try and draw an audience by virtue of their names? Were we going to go with unknowns? My instinct was always to go with great actors. And if they were unknowns, so be it. The star of the movie is Dune. The story is the star. So I was insistent that we just find great actors for each of the roles. Fortunately, I was lucky to get a man like William Hurt, who wanted to play Duke Leto. I went to London, I was looking around for Paul, I looked in New York, I looked in Los Angeles, and almost by accident, I found Alec Newman. And it was just like a stroke of great luck. Or maybe it was meant to be. Maybe he was the Muad'Dib just waiting to happen. But he is a terrific young actor out of England who has taken on the challenge of a character that has to go from being about 18 to about 22, 23, who has to go from being a relatively naive young boy, young prince, to a mature, desert-hardened leader of men into battle. And the character arc that Alec has gone through is just extraordinary. I also found Saskia Reeves in England. I saw an audition tape of hers where she did a half-an-hour monologue. I had looked far and wide for somebody to play Lady Jessica, who would have the gravitas, who would have the sensitivity, who would have the emotional warmth. And I saw this in this 1.5-hour tape, everything that I wanted. And she was just it. In the Czech Republic, I have found phenomenal actors. They have a great theater tradition here that has gone on for years and years and decades, and their training is extraordinary. Carol Dobry, who plays Dr. Kimes, phenomenally intense actor. Bara Kadetova, who is Cheney. As far as I'm concerned, after seeing her, there just couldn't be anybody else but Bara for Cheney. Giancarlo Giannini came from Italy to play the Emperor, and the day he walked on the set in his wardrobe, just, I am the Emperor. That was all that was needed. Julie Cox in London, phenomenal young actress, who has taken the character of Princess Irulan and given it a life that isn't even really in the book. In the book, Irulan is a bit of a cipher. She's the chapter headings. But from them, I gleaned a whole character, and Julie has made it come to life. Who else?
Ian McNeice, Uwe.
Ian McNeice lives in Los Angeles. Ian McNeice came to me through our casting agent, Molly Lapata, and he did one of the most outrageous auditions that I had ever seen, where he literally pulled a skull cap off his head in doing one of the scenes, and was just such a grotesque performance. It was just magical. And he is the Baron. William Hurt told him the other day that he was born to play this role. Uwe Ochsenknecht, big star in Germany, but a terrific actor. In his early 20s, he played Bismarck, the entire life of Bismarck. I was introduced to him by our German partners, and the intensity that he brings to Stilgar is, it just leaps off the screen.
I guess finally maybe we should touch on PH as well, who's such a character. He's a living, breathing character. How did you come together?
I was introduced to P.H. Moriarty by our producer David Kappas, who had worked with him on a previous film. And P.H. has had a rather checkered career, and began his acting career working with Bob Hoskins on A Long Good Friday. And I met him almost as a courtesy to my friend David Kappas. But once I saw him, it was, whoa, this guy's Gurney Halleck. He has an eye that was damaged earlier in his life, which, having added the scar that Gurney Halleck has, makes his face so expressive and so intense, at once angry and sad. And he's just quite a character.
And finally, Matt Keesler, that was fortuitous timing, right before Scream 3 broke. And And how did he get involved in the character?
I'd seen Matt Kiesler in a couple of films, and I thought this is really an interesting young actor, but I didn't know too much about him. My friend Wes Craven did Scream 3 with him, and thought he did a terrific job. And when it was suggested to me, I thought, well, he's kind of an emerging young star. Maybe he won't want to come over and do Dune in the Czech Republic for 4 months. But he wanted to do it right away, and we snatched him up, and he's delightfully evil.